Oh, hey guys! How you doing? It's Henry and Mowers and Blowers! Good afternoon. Happy Monday. Monday is the start of the week, so I might as well start up another Repower project. That's right, my previous episode showed me cleaning out this carcass now, and it's not that crappy, it's pretty good actually. And as you guys know, it had a Briggs 22 horsepower V-twin in there with 2 blown connecting rods, a bent camshaft, the block was damaged, all kinds of stuff. Anyway, we stripped that engine for its parts so I can list it on eBay, which I've already done. If you guys are interested in some of my parts, you can go on eBay and check out the link in the description on my eBay stuff. Anyway, today we're going to mount this Kohler Courage engine that we've tried to put on our most recent tractor repower project, but it had 3 cracks in the block, and we fixed it with JB Weld, and it has stripped studs for the rocker arms and the head. So my friend Matthew Derrickson generously donated some of the parts that he doesn't need and sent it to me to contribute to the channel. Now that's what I call a good subscriber, when you contribute to the channel to keep it going. As you can see, there ain't no way this engine's gonna fit on this frame with the muffler on. So I gotta take off the muffler. Anyway, so last night we were expecting the remnants of Hurricane Ida that hit the Gulf Coast, and it was making its way up to the northeast, which is where I live. We just got done with a tropical storm, which was a Hurricane Henri, and about 3 or 4 days prior to that. So anyway, last night, it was just raining a lot, a little bit more wind than Hurricane Henry, believe it or not. And around midnight or so, about 1 o'clock, I heard this big boom! Like a DONESKI boom! Like that, you know? Like a block away. And it sounded like a transformer. And almost instantly, I noticed that all the lights, well, at least the clocks in my room were out. My Wi-Fi stopped working because I was actually, you know, on my phone, surfing, you know? And so we lost power, and I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, it's 1 in the morning. By the time I wake up, around 7, take my daughter to school, right? That's the food in the refrigerator is gonna be done for 7 hours. I mean, 3 hours maybe, but not 7 hours, you know what I mean? But I'm like, whatever, I'm not gonna go whip out the generator at 1 in the morning and bang, turn it on, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, what are you gonna do? The stuff in the freezer is probably good for 7 hours though, as long as you don't open the refrigerator door, you know? Anyway, so much to my satisfaction this morning, when I kind of opened my eye around 6, I noticed that there was AC in the house. So if the AC is running in the house, it means that the power's back on, which means that they probably fixed it in a couple of hours after it went out. So that's tops. Didn't have to do anything in terms of that. But actually, the remnants of Hurricane Ida was stronger than the entire Hurricane Henry hitting us directly alone. Isn't that unbelievable? Anyway, I know I'm running into tangents again. I like to talk. What do you guys? What do you want me to do, huh? All right, let's just put this on top of here. Ooh! Oh my God, this is heavier than the twin. Oh. All right. I'm gonna try to mount all 4 bolts in there. There. Hand tighten 2 on the left side. I think if I tip this over, it'll make it easier for me to just tighten the bolts from the other end, you know? Well, golly, that's a whole lot easier. Whole lot easier, man. well, that was easy. Good. Now we're gonna put on the double stack pulley since we got it down here already, you know. So I just put the brake on and engaged the parking brake so that loosened up the slack for this drive belt. I'm inspecting the drive belt as I'm looking here. Things look good, you know, the pulleys, the tensioner pulley, idler pulley, they all move freely because usually they kind of seize up if it hasn't been running for a while. We'll put, this is the original double stack pulley from the tractor. I removed it right off of the V-twin. As you can see from this, it differs a little from the MTDs and the single cylinder Briggs. Usually with the higher horsepower with the V-twins, the bottom mower deck pulley is much bigger, you know? And also, the distance between the drive pulley and the mower deck pulley is smaller too, because usually it's a little higher like there, and the diameter of the bottom one's much smaller. So, you know, it differs a little. I remember John Deere's look like this, and those Murrays. That's a lot of slack on that belt there, so. Hello, I'm trying to have it there we go. Has to catch on that key, you know. So this is the original bolt from it too. Wonder if it's the same as the Kohler Courage. Yeah, it fits. Good. So it's a 5/8. All right. Well, that was so far so good. It's very easy. Now look, we're gonna have some things that I have to kind of do in reverse again. Okay? Because remember with the last tractor, right? The engine that I had on it, which was the V-twin, required a long choke and throttle cable. Well, now we got the Kohler Courage on here, and now my throttle cable and choke cable's too long. I need to go whip out the two shorter ones. Or actually, we just need one. We just need the shorter throttle cable because the throttle bracket is just right there. It's not in the front of the engine like the V-twin is. It's right here, so I just need a short throttle cable. And I can take this choke cable off and use it in the future because I'm always looking for the longer choke cables. You never have them, you know? So we mounted the engine on now, got the double stack pulley in no time, and I guess I'll mess with the throttle now, cables. That's great. All right. I'm gonna have to figure out how this clips in here and whether or not I should just, well, you see it's too long, way too long. I was thinking just leave one here, you know what I mean, and or I could cut it, but that would be such a waste because I always need the longer cables, and I'm not gonna cut it. What if I stuffed it in here like that? Ooh. Ah. So if I stuffed it in there, it would work. But I don't know. I feel like I would use this longer cable someday, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'll just do that. Save time, you know? I'll do that. There we go. I just didn't want to, the cable's all the way up there. I just don't want to go get it, you know. It is a longer cable. I know one day I'm going to say I'm going to need that long cable. I wish I would have taken it off and swapped it with the short cable, but I just don't want to, okay? So anyway. Choke. That bottom one here, when it goes that extra inch, is choking. Off choke, full throttle, low throttle. I'm going to remove this choke cable. Choke cable. Had to push these metal tabs in. All 6 of them. Okay, I just connected the wiring harness and the starter positive power supply to the starter motor on the bottom. Now, I was going to loosen this muffler cover, the shield, to lower it so I can slip the muffler through and attach the muffler, right? But as I was doing that, I was looking at this. These are the lights. And then I was looking at this. This is the gas line. What pickle have I gotten myself into now? Is it gonna be that easy? No! What else am I gonna have problems with now? You think about what my problem is now. Think about it. Write it down. See if you get it right. I have to go pick up my daughter from school. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back from picking up my daughter from school. Gotta drive her back because she's on the varsity soccer team and she's going out for a game. So when she changes, I gotta leave again. So listen, my wife also went back to work. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do 5 videos a week from now on. We'll see how it goes. So did you guys figure it out? What's my pickle? That's right, because this is going from a V-twin engine to a single cylinder, right? The V-twin was designed with a fuel pump because the fuel delivery was from the gas tank that's all the way in the back of the tractor, sucking with the pulse of the engine, the crankcase pulse, through the diaphragm of the fuel pump, sucking fuel from the rear to feed the carburetor of the V-twin. But because we have a single cylinder, they're mostly designed for gravity-fed fuel tanks. So guess what? While you could tap into this pulse line here to the valve cover, it's not really designed for that. So the amount of pulse that you get may not be sufficient enough to reliably have a constant flow of fuel going to this engine. The only logical thing to do is to have a fuel tank over here and have it gravity fed as normal. Problem is, I don't have a fuel tank. Remember, I had to repair a fuel tank because I was so short on fuel tanks. I sacrificed my eyebrows for a fuel tank. And by the way, look, it's growing back. Pretty cool, huh? I didn't think it would grow back so fast. Actually feels nice and even now. Maybe I should burn my eyebrows more often, huh? Anyway, so we could easily remove this thing here. But anyway, we could remove this battery tray. I could take that gas tank out of the rear, put the tray in the back, but then I'd have to route the wires, the electrical positive negative all the way to the back. And that's a lot of work, man. A lot of work. It's a full conversion, you know? I don't know, man. Where else would I find a pulse to attach the fuel pump, you know? I have the fuel pump. I could just take the fuel pump and attach it like somewhere over here. Attach a line from over here for the pulse to go over here, and then you would have a fuel tank. Should we try that? I guess we can kind of try that. I don't think I've ever done it on a Courage before. So we're going to get a fuel pump, right? I have a fuel pump right over here. It's the fuel pump that I got from the V-twin, right? So over here it says P for pulse. That's the middle one. So I would attach a hose to the pulse, attach it to the valve cover. This is where the crankcase pulse is coming from, right? I forget. One of these is gas from the back. The other one is going to the carburetor, you know. I'll have to figure out which one it is. But I could like mount it somewhere over here. You know what I mean? Here's the fuel line from the rear of the gas tank. And I guess we could try that. So maybe we'll try that. I have to put the muffler on. I'm going to install this new battery I got about a couple weeks ago actually. And that way we'll have some juice. So let me mount the battery. So we got a brand new battery on here now. Some new bolts that I just found. And that's solid on there. So we got the harness connected. Got the starter connected. Should I try and turn it and see if it cranks? Ooh, that's the fuel solenoid. Cool. Alright, that sounds pretty good actually. Should I blow some go-go juice in there? Well, we know it runs, you know what I mean? So here's the fuel line that's coming from the back of the gas tank. It goes under the frame, out the frame on the top. It's got a fuel shutoff valve and a fuel pump type fuel filter. So to figure out, we know this is the pulse because it has a P there. So this is where the pulse, the vacuum pulse goes. So this was here, right? The pulse was leading into carburetor, the base. You know, this is not a very secure pulse, you know what I mean? It's not tight. Look, you just pull it out like that. It has to be vacuum tight. So I don't know if this is going to work, fellas. So I'm going to have to get a longer hose that maybe fits a little bit more snug. Attach it to the pulse, right? Like that. This goes there. I need to figure out if this goes to the carburetor and this comes from the gas tank, or this one's from the gas tank, this one's the carburetor. So the fuel is flowing this way. You should be able to blow, but not the other way around. So let's blow. Okay, looky here what I did. So I took a regular fuel line, stuck it in there. It's a lot more snug than this silly thing, you know what I mean? It's going into the pulse. The line that going from the back fuel tank is coming out. The fuel shutoff valve is off. You could see some fuel in there, and it leads right into there. The pulse pulses it, suction from the back, so fuel should be going in here and directly into this line here, which goes right into the carburetor. You know what? Let's take this off because we want to be able to like shoot fuel in there if need be, you know? I'm gonna crank it a bunch of times and we're gonna see if we see fuel pulsing through this fuel filter here. That will give it a test to see how good the pulse is coming out of the engine. But honestly, we need it to kind of run first, you know, for the pulse to really work, because just cranking it with the starter is not going to be really strong enough, to be honest with you. That is a nice filter. Alright, so look, let's put it on choke. Let's crank it and see if you guys see any fuel pulsing. Here we go. I don't know, I don't really see any fuel, do you? I'm going to spray some multi-purpose parts cleaner and degreaser from my friends over at Lucas Oil Products. So dramatic. Alright. I'm going to crank it now and see if you guys see any fuel. Alright, well that's a piece of it. It sounds like it was kind of getting some gas, right? But I think something happened with the heads again because there's no muffler on there. So we got to put a muffler on here and then straighten out what's going on with the heads. We need to install those parts that my buddy Matthew Derrickson gave me. And straighten out the heads, because I think from that kind of exhaust without a muffler on there, it might have jarred the thing loose or something. I'm going to try to see if this muffler fits on here. I sure hope it does. Alright, making a lot of progress today. Making a lot of progress. So we got the muffler on. I think it's on okay. No matter what, it's going to be better than what it sounds like just now. I mean, my ears are ringing, man. It's like worse than being on the gun range. Holy cow, ears be a ringing. All right. So look, we mounted the Kohler Courage engine on here today. Put the muffler on. Put a battery, a brand new battery in. Got the wiring harness on here. We connected the solenoid to the starter, and we can see that the key cranks, solenoid works, ignition switch works. We know the starter works, the engine runs on go-go juice. We made a pulse and attached the original fuel pump on a V-twin onto a single cylinder Kohler. This is the first time I'm ever doing it on a Kohler Courage. I did it once on something else, but it didn't really work right. And it was promising as it was running, you know, like 30 seconds or so, but then it just stopped. So I'm wondering if it stopped because of the rocker arms came loose again, because like I said, this needs attention, and I'll show you more in detail as we go along. But maybe there's no gas in here, maybe that's why. And that, look, you saw me spray just a spray. That lasted a lot longer than just a spray, you know what I mean? So perhaps it was getting fuel, you know, that's good. There's another way to test that. Let's spray some more go-go juice in here, right? Okay, that's a good amount. We'll start it up. Crap, where was I shooting? Okay, choke it again. I can put my finger on this to see the pulse as it starts. Let's see. Okay, I did feel a decent pulse coming out of here, so I think this might work actually. So, and as you saw, it started and it stopped again. So I think we really got to fix what's going on in here. But we're going to have to wait until the next episode, because I got to take my daughter somewhere. Obligations of being a dad at home without mom, you know. Thanks a lot for joining me on today's episode. It's looking promising, you know, things are going my way, you know. Watch, I just jinxed it now. Anyway, thanks a lot for following me along, guys. As you guys might have saw already, the 10,000 subscriber video is, people are still commenting on it, and Quinn the mailman came by and he goes, "I'm a star." Yes, you are. Remember, guys, if you want to see sneak peeks of what I'm doing right now, actually, I'm pretty much caught up, you know. You can go follow me on Instagram at Mowers Blowers. If you guys like my gun channel, please go and subscribe to Mowers, Blowers, and Guns, right? And follow that Instagram too. I only have like 35 subscribers or followers. Mowers, Blowers, Guns on Instagram. Just give it a follow. I appreciate it. Shout out to Joseph Fernandez from Waterbury, Connecticut for buying a couple of stickers, as well as my good buddy Roger McDonald, who bought 4 stickers. Thank you very much for all your support, and we'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. See you guys next
time on
Mowers and Blowers. Hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, remember to give me a like. Also, comment below. Subscribe. Remember, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It's free, right? Also, hit that little bell. That way you'll get post notifications whenever there's a new video and you won't miss out on any of them. Remember to follow my Instagram and Facebook, as well as if you'd like to donate $1 or $2, paypal.me/mowersandblowers. Really appreciate all the support. Also, to keep the videos coming every day, support the channel. Bye.